Welcome to my holiday special where I'm going to be doing a review and deep dive of some of the best holiday movies to watch this time of year. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Home Alone, directed by Chris Columbus. And this movie stars Macaulay Culkin, Daniel Stern, and of course, the legendary Joe Pesci. And in this film, we follow Kevin McAllister, who is accidentally left home alone by his family, and he's trying to defend his house against two burglars trying to rob the McAllisters, completely blind. And we've already seen this movie, we know the story, but this movie is truly freaking special. I was so obsessed with Home Alone 1 and 2 to the point that my mom would literally lie to me and tell me we're going to Macaulay Culkin's house just so I can go to a place I really didn't want to go to. And I thought, sick, my mom has some sort of crazy connection and can get me to Macaulay Culkin's house for some reason. I was a really dumbass kid, and I ended up going to Marshall's or Ross or some of those boring-ass mom stores. But in any event, that's how crazy I was about Home Alone. And if you like Home Alone as much as I do, I highly suggest watching The Movies That Made Us on Netflix. There's an awesome episode and mini doc on the making of Home Alone, and it totally makes you appreciate this movie so much more. And I want to talk about this movie. I want to talk about some things that just really don't make much sense. And I also have a little confession regarding this movie, which I'm going to get to later on in this review. Home Alone is everything you'd want to see in a holiday movie. It's got a perfect balance of humor and heart. It's a lot more than just its crazy ass slapstick comedy, which is still unrivaled today in my opinion, but it's also got a lot of warmth and feels really timeless. But first things first, let's talk about that fucking house. Like, it's massive. And to top it off, Mr. McAllister is sending his entire family to Paris. What the hell does he do? That's the big question. A lot of people want to know, how does this guy have so much money? Well, there's actually an answer to that, and it can be found in the novelization of Home Alone. And Mr. McAllister is actually a very successful vice president at the Chicago Stock Exchange. And his wife is a very successful fashion designer, hence all the mannequins and that crazy ass wavy hairdo. Right from the beginning, you get introduced to a buck wild family who's crazy as shit sometimes, particularly Buzz, who's a huge asshole to Kevin for some reason.
I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my ass.
Let's not forget Uncle Frank. The mixture of Uncle Frank and Buzz will drive you crazy because Uncle Frank might be worse than Buzz. He's such an asshole.
He knows I ate sausage and olives and
Look what
onions
you did, you little jerk.
I love that Kevin remembers the scene where his whole family is kind of chewing him out. It just seems a lot more dramatic. I love that les incompetents comment and look what you did, you little jerk. It hits a little different in his memory for some reason, and it's just so much funnier.
Completely helpless.
No, Kevin, you're what the French call les incompetents.
Kevin, I'm going to feed you to my tarantula.
Kevin, you are such a disease. There are 15 people in this house, and you're the only one who has to make trouble.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
And don't lie to yourself. When you watch Home Alone, you hella crave pizza for some reason. Anyway, between Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, that's how I got introduced to a lot of these Christmas songs. And yes, I'm that guy that really loves Christmas music, even though I don't freaking celebrate Christmas. And really quick, let's talk about John Williams' score. It's phenomenal. Of course, it's John Williams. It's got a lot of heart and intensity and humor whenever it needs it. It has to be one of the most memorable, if not most memorable, holiday music scores ever made in cinema. It's so damn good. I freaking love John freaking Williams. God damn, my hat goes off to you. Who can forget Angels with Filthy Souls, the black and white movie that Kevin always watches between Home Alone 1 and 2. I love how exaggerated these characters are whenever he watches it. They're so over the top, like, all right, Johnny, I'm sorry.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry.
Okay, here's some really stupid things that really bother me about this movie. I know, just bear with me. They're really dumb. Anyway, number 1 and number 2 are kind of the lightest offenses. Number 1 is when he's going down the stairs on that freaking sled, he would crash into that fucking wall. Number 2 is I totally wish he would freaking finish that macaroni and cheese meal. I don't know why that really bothered me. And number 3 is this freaking stupid ass scene.
Hey! Jimmy, stop that boy!
Hey! Hey!
Shoplifter!
First of all, of course his name is Jimmy. Second of all, the cop has somebody already pulled over. They could have been drinking and driving. They could have freaking murdered someone. But no, let me go after this kid who's just trying to brush like a fucking dentist who just stole a toothbrush. Anyway, the next scene that really bothered me was the stupid grocery store scene. It makes no sense. Just watch it. It doesn't make any logical sense.
For the kids.
Where's your mom?
My mom's in the car.
Where's your father?
He's at work.
What about your brothers and your sisters?
I'm an only child.
Where do you live?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
Because you're a stranger.
First he says it's for the kids, then he says I'm an only child, and why the hell is this chick so nosy? Whatever, I'm sure there's a logical explanation behind all this. Maybe he's talking about his cousins. Whatever. Anyway, oh god, that donut that cop is eating and that little piece falls on the freaking phone. It just,
Has the child ingested any poison and or any other object that has become lodged in his throat?
No, he's just home alone. And I would like somebody to go over to the house and see that he's all right, just to check on him.
I just want to like eat it off the phone, you know? I don't know why this movie just makes me so hungry. Anyway, one of the reasons we love Home Alone so much are because of the antagonists. Harry and Marv are so damn funny. They work so well off of each other. You have the hothead, you have the moron. Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci totally nail their performances.
Crowbar's up.
And I freaking love Marv's high-pitched scream. It gets me every damn time. By far the most painful trap in this movie, and trust me, I've seen this movie twice in the last few years with a live audience, so like tons of people, and they all collectively squeal at this freaking scene. And earlier in this movie, I don't know why Marv does this with this freaking shoe, it always makes me laugh. There are a lot of funny, memorable moments in this movie, but this movie also has a ton of heart. I love the moment where Kevin's laying in bed and he has this picture frame of his family and he's talking about them and how much he misses them. It really gets to you, and this is where things get really embarrassing for me. The end of this movie where he sees his mom and he runs to her and he hugs her, and immediately we go to the old man reuniting with his son and granddaughter. I don't know why, it just always makes me tear up. It still makes me tear up. I remember watching this last year even, and we watched it with some friends, and I actually had to go to the kitchen. I had to pretend to get a snack because I knew that this scene was going to totally make me tear up. I'm a total fraud and a freaking phony, honestly. I'm so freaking fake. I can't help it, but it just gets me every freaking goddamn time. I guess it just reminds me of my mom for some reason, and I love my mom. I don't know. But honestly, Home Alone is one of the greatest holiday movies ever. You guys really don't need me to tell you that. And for that reason, I'm going to give Home Alone an A+. I want to know what you guys think. What is your favorite holiday movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to be doing a lot more of my holiday specials, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to smash the crap out of the like, subscribe, and notification button if you want to see more movie reviews. Have your tickets ready. I'll see you guys at the next movie.